Warning, be prepared because this video has a lot of graphic content and violence. If you are not of age, please do not watch. Now, let us get into it because we return to Plastic, the life of a retired serial. If you don't want to get lost in the sauce, go check out our previous videos. Now, let's begin the path to revenge because Victor has been crossed and they don't know the mistake they have made. But he had a job to do to protect his love, and he was going to do it. But right outside, someone waited for him. This person, however, was not a friend, and Victor knew it, because before he could even move, Victor was right behind him. You see, he was good at what he did. So good, in fact, that this professional couldn't even sense his presence. But Victor wanted to know where his girl was. The professional, however, was concerned about the job, but Victor assured him the job was done. He was more curious as to who the hell was this guy sitting next to him. The professional just laughed. Yeah, he's someone that was in the way, just as much as that family you just killed. Victor was quick on his feet, which is why he knew you're from out of town. You're here to clean up, to make sure there are no loose ends, and I am a loose end. He thought he was quick. He thought he could bring out his gun, but Victor didn't need a gun. He took his head, and it was grotesque. He tried to fight it, letting some shots off. Victor didn't care. The deed was done. Now, he had to take care of business. But funny enough, Victor was so crazy, he could hear voices of this dead guy sitting next to him, and both of them were going on a journey to track down his baby girl. Because Victor had a good memory. He remembers he was above water. He remembers a bait sign. So it was pretty obvious he was looking for a boathouse. It was easy enough to track, especially if you're a nice guy. But it wasn't just Victor doing the tracking. The bad guys were also looking for Victor's true identity because they realized after checking the system, our Victor is not a Victor at all. The thumbs don't match. They were going up against a ghost, and this ghost was really versed at the killing arts. Not just that, he was able to track down where he was imprisoned, where he was bound. Stepping into this place just made his memories more vivid. He wanted his lady back. He wanted blood. How dare they lick her, look up her skirt. Realizing he had to stay on topic, he rummaged through the trash, trying to see if they left something behind, and they did. He left a donut, and this was enough for him to track them down, or rather, track the store down. He came through trying to get some donuts for himself, but when he saw her, he was actually frozen. She looked exactly like his baby girl, Virginia. It was very odd, and she was extremely nice to him. Well, he was a nice guy. So, he got some donuts for himself and walked out to go enjoy it in the car with his new friend, as they had a conversation. Well, as he spoke to himself, when he sighted him, he sighted his first target. Filled with absolute malice, he observed. He knew this guy's type. He was garbage. He was a sexist animal, and he got physical with it, thinking everybody wanted him. And when he was told no, he became violent. He became aggressive. His kind should be punished, and he will be punished. Stepping out of the store, he saw a statue on his car, a female statue of a green soldier, and he tossed it aside. What he didn't notice was someone in his trunk. Our fake Victor was there, and Victor was unforgiving as he raged on in the car. How dare her? I offered her my love, and she tossed me to the side, swearing that he was going to make her pay. He sighted his next target, an innocent hitchhiker who he decided to pick up, posing as a nice guy. She got in and observed that some handprints were on the door. It was very odd. He offered her food, and she accepted, which was a big mistake, because using this opportunity, he clocked her in her jaw. A big man looking to oppress another female for no reason but their own sick pleasure. She begged him to get off, but there was no need. He was going to die anyway, because our boy was already here, and I said he was unforgiving. Because you licked my girl, I will have your tongue for that. Victor does not play. When he makes a promise, he makes a promise. He took his tongue, and honestly, she was terrified while this played out. But when he was done, when he had taken the tongue, It was like he transformed into a nice guy again. He looked at her and apologized for the violence. He even freed her, and she was grateful. She wasn't terrified no more. She was happy to be saved from this animal. Now, he had to send a message to his enemies. Because this rich prick thought he ruled the city, but his son informed him that something was happening outside. And as soon as he saw it, he knew, yeah, it is up. A message written in blood. Return Virginia, please, with the head of the cop on the hood of the car. His head of security begged him, let me handle this, boss. But his boss corrected him. On the bag, he wrote liquor. I told you to not to touch her, and you disobeyed. He is most definitely coming for you next. I do not want to be anywhere around you. And he was right. Victor was unforgiving. He was definitely coming for him next. And yet, he still carried this happy face. He still made sure to check on her, asking if she was okay, because she almost got assaulted tonight. Thankfully, he was there. He was asking her, where should I drop you off? But Shorty wanted to ride with him. He made it clear that, yeah, this is a death journey, baby girl. You don't need to be here. But she didn't mind. She honestly felt safe with him. So he said, cool. While the bad guys, yeah, they went to the police. Now you would expect the police to know about their dealings, but apparently everyone in this police station was working for him. He had so much balls. As soon as he stepped in the room, he tossed the head of a dead cop on the table just to get their attention. They were absolutely horrified, but he said, shut up. I need this man. I need everything you can find on him. But they could find nothing. He was not on any systems. He was basically a ghost. At the back of the room, though, a young cop had an idea because he was a fan of TV, and apparently his way of killing reminds him of a serial killer who went dark a few years back. With the list of bodies a mile long, his MO was putting people's skulls in bags. He was the bag man. Realizing the seriousness of this situation, he knew who his enemy was. He didn't know his real name, but we know it. His real name is Edwin, and Edwin was a nice guy. Shorty wanted to know the plan. She wanted to know how they were going to take them down. But honestly, she didn't know what he was capable of. She witnessed all of this play out with her eyes closed. What came next, or rather what was to come, she was not prepared for. She was going to see a level of gruesome no human being should have to live through alone and still be sane. Without a care in the world, he decided to get some shut-eye, and she was concerned. Aren't you afraid they're going to catch us? He revealed, nah, I'm not. My mom is here to watch over me, pointing behind him as he closed his eyes to sleep. But she looked around. No one was there. This guy is actually fucking crazy.